Hey guys, and welcome to another Lego Shelf City update. Big changes since the last episode, which was our first episode, which was the first shelf layout. And since then, we took a bunch of the buildings and the road track setup and the new red motorized tram to the Burley Model Railway Show, where we had access to the stage. We set up a whole street. We had 3 layouts running. We had the metal track with the mains power track. We had a powered up system running around. And we also had the red tram that's motorized. We had that running back and forth based on the pie brick setup, where it just reads 2 tiles and then reverses direction. So we had 3 trains running the whole time at the show. I'll link that video down below. You can see it here. And we came back, and obviously the whole shelf had gone with us to the show. So it was time for a brand new layout. And here it is. So this is the new layout. I've got the building lights turned off at the moment just so you can get a bit of a clearer picture of how it looks. And we've kept a lot of the same buildings on this level other than the Natural History Museum. We've currently moved that over here to what I call the work in progress shelf. So the National History Museum is over here awaiting to have its lights put in. And up here is a few more things in progress, which is I call the Skyscraper Zone over here. We've got Ninjago Gardens and City over here. We've got Ninjago City Markets to build, which will then be a really nice sort of square setup there, I'm thinking, for the Ninjago. And over here, we are currently building Cafe Corner, a slightly extended version that's going to have 3 middle sections. So it's actually going to be quite a high-rise building in the end. So it's going to have 3 middle sections, then the top and then the roof. And then we've got the gorgeous Daily Bugle. That needs to have some lights put in it because at the moment it's well, it's not lit up. It's not lit up, and as such, a building of stature, it should of course have lights in it. So that's to do. And we've also got our hospital mock, which is currently set to 4 floors plus the roof. That needs to have some lights in as well. And you can see right at the top there, it's got the helicopter landing pad, which is an absolutely beautiful additional feature. But I'd quite like to motorize that, so that it has the flashing lights of the helicopter and maybe an axle, maybe a sort of hidden motor, I'm thinking, on this floor with an axle that goes up through a space in the roof, and then the helicopter blades can turn, which would be kind of cool. And then we've also added a little bit more up here in terms of the roof mounting. So this is something I hadn't done before at all. Saw a couple of fantastic YouTube videos on it, which I will link in the description. And they basically just use these little clip-on hooks that go into the ceiling, into some sort of joists there to make sure they don't fall out. That's using one because it's quite light. That's the X-Men craft, and I'm really happy with the angle on that mounting. You can see Magneto is hanging on, trying to stop the X-Men from foiling his latest plan, but the angle is just absolutely fantastic, and to have it so close to the bugle like that is just absolutely brilliant. And then this is one of the latest passenger aircrafts, which is an absolutely brilliant build. And to have that mounted just as you come into the Lego room feels absolutely brilliant. So that's on two hooks, because it's considerably heavier. If I show you the top, considerably heavier than the X-Men jet. So 2 just felt like a little bit safer. And that's just using fishing wire knotted on the hooks. So you actually can't see the fishing wire very well at all, which is quite nice. So from a distance, especially, you can't really see too much of the wiring, so it looks really cool. It's a very nice effect. So yeah, National History Museum is over there out the way. That frees up a little bit more space. So this layout, I feel, has got a lot more spacing now. So we've got kind of side streets down the back. You can kind of see more of the sides of the buildings. We brought the arcade up to this level. So the arcade was previously on this level next to the beach. That's now come up to here. And we've got like a side-on version of the modified detective's office to give it a bit of a nicer layout. And we've also managed to extend my kind of Comic-Con, Fans-Con invention, which uses this art gallery mock off Rebrickable and then extends onto this sort of grassy area where we've got a little bit of a gaming show thing going on there, which is obviously the official Lego set, but I love that so much it just had to be part of the city. And then pretty much every sci-fi minifig that I had, Space minifig, Marvel minifigs, Sonic minifigs, Batman minifigs, D&D minifigs. I mean, they all just have to be a part of this. I mean, it's Comic-Con, so many people are going to be here dressed up. So wanted to get as many elements as I could of that. There's a little reporting section over there next to a little set. General chaos going on, lots of conversations, a bit of D&D role play, a little burger van, And there, that's just, I loved having that kind of extension to the set there. It means that Parisian restaurants got a little bit more space over there, which is really nice too. And then the flower mock shop, which is one of my favorites, next to the tuning garage. Those two together just feel really nice. Something about the shape of the buildings just feel really complementary to each other. So I really enjoy that. We've got Moe's down here with our little sci-fi Star Wars superhero standoff. And the coffee shop is now over here, which was in the middle before. But now it's got a little bit more space here, and the seating area is now side on, which feels a little nicer. I think you can see all the way down, so you can kind of get a much more sort of better depth perception, I think, of all of the people visiting. And then the jazz club's now in the corner next to the climbing wall and the other barber shop. That needs lights in it too as well, because at the moment, obviously, that's a little bit dark when the lights are on. But yeah, let me show you with the lights on, just to see the difference in the shelf. Let's turn on the lights down here. And then pop, there we go. So a bit more interactivity with the lights. The arcade obviously kicks into life. Kind of shows this area being darker though. That definitely needs some more lighting added to it, because I think that would just be, I think there's one or two RGB lights inside the actual FansCon building. But it really needs to have a couple more spotlights out here, I think, for the crowd. And I want to have some lighting in the gaming truck, because I think it would just be flashy, it would be fun, it'd be really engaging. So that needs to have some lights in it, hopefully with a little wireless connector so it can just sit in place and plug on top. And yeah, so the lights obviously bring the whole city to life, especially, again, that flower shop and garage mocked together. Just absolutely adore. And then jazz club and the coffee shop. The nice thing about having the coffee shop and the jazz club here as well is these two street lights that are opposite each other. Just really brings it to life. Absolutely love it. So yeah, that's how that's current Lego Shelf City update. Really happy with this shelf. Obviously a lot of work still to do over here. We need to build Ninjago City Markets, get the lighting in the Bugle, finish the cafe corner, and then up here, a couple more exciting recent purchases as a little preview. Yes, that's right. We've got the fire, what's it called? The fire, we've got the fire brigade, classic building to make. And this one is a particularly happy purchase for me. The 10196, the Grand Carousel. That is on our list to build. Very excited about that. That's going to be brilliant to build. Need to work out where it's going to go, of course, but that's a problem for later. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the update, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you've got any ideas for alternative layouts, buildings I could add in, different layouts that could work better, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.